Okay, so now that we've got the tank set up and it's all stable and sturdy, it's not going anywhere, it's completely solid. I'm going to show you guys, this is our new MPDR leverage plate, and what it is it's a universal leverage plate. It's got a series of holes in it, and you could put it anywhere on these fuel injected motorcycle tanks. Once you take all the instrument cluster out, you've got a big opening, and they vary. I think Harley Davidson's got like 7 different openings, so the whole pattern is different on every opening, so you need to be able to have a universal way to leverage off of, depending on where you're fixing the dent on the tank. So in this instance, we have the dent up here that we're going to fix as a demo, but let's just say, for instance, we had a dent up here. With this opening, if I didn't have this leverage plate, I would have a very difficult time trying to figure out how to leverage off of anywhere in this opening to push a dent out right here. Right? So we're gonna be over here. So I'm gonna set this thing up. They're just an Allen key. So you can adjust it around and move it where you want it to fit your needs. It happens. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try to fix this dent, and what I want is the most rigid, solid rod that I can get, and this is in the set 30 Ultra MPDR set. You've got 6 tools, and this is a 9/16 diameter. So it's super beefy. It's bigger than 1/2 inch. It's going to have no flex whatsoever. And there's in your kit you have a tip set, and there's a couple of different tips that you can use. Regular soft tip setup would work good. So we could use one of these, or we could use a big ball. We have some new tips now. So you could push one of our ultra red caps on there. So now that we've got that set up, we can go in here and we've got something really good to leverage off of. And what's so cool is I can sit back on this thing and use both hands on this, and I can apply a lot of pressure, which is what you need to be able to get this metal moving, because these things are really tough and strong. So the other thing is we're going to want to use a little bit of heat on this this paint. This is custom paint here, so we want to be real careful not to hurt the paint. So we're going to put a heat gun on it and get a little bit of heat going on it. I'm going to show you another tip. This tip will work, but let's try another tip that's a new tip for us. This is a kind of a semi-hard plastic ball, and so this obviously isn't going to go through this hole, so we're going to have to put the ball on once we get the rod in there. So it's going to be a little bit of a trick, but I'm going to go ahead and try to screw this ball on. Now keep in mind it's going to try to slip on you a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of get a feel for where I'm at. Start looking at this thing, because it's a very big pressure dent. It's probably like way over the size of a silver dollar. Okay, so we got the dent done. This paint job never got color sanded and buffed. This was one I did just as a demo, so I custom painted this tank. And there's a little bit of dirt in it right here. So, but as far as the shape and the contour of the dent, it's out to my satisfaction. You can see how I move the leverage plate around. I used a couple of different tools. I used a phenolic tip in the end to finish the dent and to fine tune it, and these are really good. They're very forgiving. I didn't need heat once I got the dent lifted up from the beginning. I really didn't need heat after that because heat was kind of hurting me with the knockdown and everything. We still use the soft tip knockdown all the way on this thing. We never used a sharp punch. We really didn't need it. So, I mean, this thing really, it barely even needs, I mean, it doesn't really even need a color sand other than just for that little bit of dirt that was in the paint. So, the conclusion on it, I think, is that this leverage plate's a super winner. I wouldn't have been able to do this thing anywhere near as quick as I could have done it with it. I think I was about an hour and a half on the Dent. A dent like this, I mean, you could charge upwards of $1,000 for a dent like this on a custom painted tank. So super huge, great money in these types of repairs. We use aluminum on this leverage plate so it won't hurt the tool. It's even still with aluminum, it's starting to make just some little teeny marks on it, but if you had stainless steel here, it would just gouge the heck out of your tools, so that's a really cool deal. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video, and hopefully you got some tips from it, and look us up on ultradenttools.com. Thank you very much.